party is anchored in the root of labor, making sure that people are at the center of our development. I'm eternally humbled to now represent and to take over from Edmund in St. James North. And let me say a few things. This journey for me is really one now of a continuation. What do I mean by that? I started my journey of representation at 18 when I was parish ambassador for Christ Church, and then went on to be CARICOM Youth Ambassador, President of the Barbados Youth Development Council, Youth Council, Commonwealth Youth Ambassador. And those years of doing service but at the level of volunteerism allowed me to understand the rudiments of service. Service isn't just about title. You know, the Bible says, to whom much is given, what? Much is expected. And therefore, it allowed for me at an early age to understand that if you want to be a leader, you have to serve. And that is something that I constantly live by. And therefore, I place myself before the people of St. James North, a constituency that I've fallen in love with, particularly over the last year. And I must tell you, every day, last year particularly, when I would leave economic affairs or cabinet, I would head straight into the constituency. But what it did, it allowed not just to build a relationship with the people, but I got to understand in a very intricate and real way, not just what are the challenges, but what are the opportunities that people want to see. And I believe and I know that my experiences throughout the years allows for me to take their ideas and aspirations and put them in a way that we can now build forward. So James North has a very unique position. What do I mean? It is both a coastal constituency, rural and urban. It has a tourism, an urban corridor. It is an agricultural belt as well. And over the next, within the next 90 days, let me put it that way, you'll be hearing from the Barbados Party platform as to what is the vision of the future of St. James North, and how do we ensure that every aspect of the community and the constituency can be a part and parcel of the future of the constituency's development. There's no secret that I have a passion for young people. I work very well with our young people, but equally, there's a lot of wisdom in the older aspect of the community, and I too work very well with them. So the idea is to really harness the skills and talents that we have within the constituency to build out a new model of what I believe Barbados can look like. Because why? It really is a microcosm of the rest of the country. But outside of what I just mentioned, I also feel a sense of humility, and I wish you were here. The Prime Minister talks about it all the time, and Eddie. But my grandfather represented 1/5 of the constituency. Of course, St. Peter at the time, he was Member of Parliament, Gordon Hines. But for his great-grandson to know the task to represent the constituency, of which he was there, of course, in his party, I am eternally grateful and humble to Madam Leader, and Eddie, and to General Secretary, Chair, and to all my comrades in this party. Now, let me say this. I want to make a commitment to the people of St. James North of service. It wouldn't always be easy, but I make myself available to you. Feel free not just to call me, but to come up to me, which you're already doing. Because I believe that representation also means throwing yourself at the will of the people.